whooshes at you.
There's some new stuff about the Obamacare hearings from yesterday. Apparently, Catherine Sebelius doesn't even understand the law herself. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show. It's the Armstrong and Getty Show. I'm Jack Armstrong. He's Joe Getty.
How about we hit that clip and then just bail out of it after we get the flavor? I feel like I want the flavor. Do we have a little Sebelius flavor? The flavor of some Sebelius squeezings?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do men not have to buy maternity coverage?
Policies will cover maternity coverage for the young and healthy.
Including
under 30-year-olds will have a choice also of a catastrophic plan, which has no maternity coverage.
The men are required.
Well, an insurance policy has a series of benefits, whether you use them or not, and one of the benefits will be...
And that is why...
That is a wordy explanation of, well, this one size fits all.
So you have a substandard plan. If you're a 28-year-old single man and you don't have maternity care, that's a substandard plan.
Exactly. Maybe you're even a gay guy.
What a load of crap.
There's zero chance you're going to knock anybody up.
Does she believe that, Sebelius? Does she buy that? Does the president buy that?
No.
Do they actually believe that? Or is it just a ruse because you've got to spread out the costs to everybody?
That one. Ding! Plus moving towards single payer. Craig, the Obamacare lawyer, is on the phone. Craig, what did you think of the Secretary, Madam Secretary's testimony?
Oh, she just about crushed my will to live, guys. She just about killed me. I was watching it, and I was rather bored until about 9 o'clock Pacific time when I heard her say she was getting pressed by Cory Gardner, the rep from Colorado, on hey, why won't you come into the exchange, Madam Secretary? Why won't you do this? Why won't you volunteer? And she says, her deer-in-the-headlights response was great. She started to stammer about how she can't because she has affordable coverage through her workplace. And then some henchman over her shoulder whispers in her ear, and then she shoots back with, oh, that's right, yeah, it would be illegal for me to join the exchange. And I thought, what in the heck is she saying? And then she maintained that line through two different questioners for a half an hour. She says, because I have affordable health care at work, it would be illegal for me to go into the marketplace. And I thought, illegal. Oh, my God, she's completely lost her mind. She doesn't even know the law, guys. Anybody who's here legally can go into the marketplace and buy a plan. Anybody who's here legally. What she, I think, hopefully meant to say was, because I am offered affordable care in the workplace, I won't get subsidies to buy plans in the exchange.
But she said it would be illegal for me to go into the exchange.
She said it would be illegal twice, and it has been reported in a couple of mainstream newspapers. The Washington Post and CBS Local actually reported it as well. I thought my ears were failing me. I thought to myself, how could you actually be the leader of this thing and think it would be, quote, illegal, unquote, for you to go into this marketplace and buy a plan? Of course insurers wouldn't want that. They want anybody who will come to buy, anybody who is willing to do it. It floored me, guys. She confused affordability with legality, and so...
All right, in the time we have, she also said that she is, I was actually part of the same little chunk of time. She said she's among the 95% of Americans who hold employer-sponsored coverage, so she's not eligible. Talk to us about that.
I sure do wish that we had 95% of our country on private health insurance, but we don't. I pulled the census numbers from 2008. It's 58% of Americans have employer-sponsored health care, with the other Americans split up pretty much equally between Medicare, Medicaid, and uninsured, about 45 million apiece.
95, 58, that's within the margin for error.
Yeah, if you're for the government, I guess you can make those kinds of mistakes and not understand the law that you implement, and there's no consequences.
Yeah, that's the crushing part.
It's really bothering me, at least based on the tweets and texts and stuff that I follow, that some people are buying this argument of, well, those people had substandard health care, so the government's doing them a favor. They were getting ripped off by having the insurance that they chose.
Two Americas, Jack. One America where they make the decisions for us because we're just too stupid and feeble. And another America where you can go buy the policy that fits for you.
Wow,
we're losing.
Well, yeah, that is true. That's true.
Well, and it's two Americas. It's one America where you're offended by the idea of somebody telling you can't make decisions of what to eat or what to feed your kid or what insurance plan. I mean, it's offensive. It makes me want to fight you physically. And then there's half the country that's perfectly okay with it.
Well, that is a good policy.
You probably should tell me what to eat.
That's a good policy because that's better for people. I'm in favor of that law. By the way, Craig, go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say, I don't know if you also caught it earlier in the testimony. A Democrat rep, and I didn't get where he was from, stood up and bragged about the fact that his 33-year-old son was now going to get government cheese to buy his health plan, and he was so excited, and his comment was, because I think my wife actually pays his premium now, and I thought, well, there you go. There it is.
Wow, you mentioned that out loud in front of your friends.
Oh, my God.
He bragged about it, that your 33-year-old son is getting mommy-bought insurance.
If I'm paying my kids insurance at age 30, when they're 33, I'm not going to say it out loud to my friends.
Well, listen to what he said, though, Mr. and Mrs. Taxpayer. Hey, finally, me and my wife can stop paying for my 33-year-old son health insurance. Now you can do it.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Exciting, huh?
We got this note from Mary, by the way. This is a great point. And you probably don't care much about this, Craig, because you do this for a living, but my neighbor owns a small business. She spent many, many hours trying to figure out what she's going to do with the health care currently offered, et cetera. The question not being asked is, how much money and time are companies spending on investigating how they can survive with Obamacare? It's heartbreaking to hear her talk about it. She really cares for her employees, but they may have to drop health care entirely for her few employees.
That's an unknown cost.
Yeah.
It's a massive cost. I mean, I used to do this for a living before Obamacare, guys, and I would work on more pressing matters like actually getting well-priced policies and other legal issues, and now literally 75% of our time is spent on Obamacare.
Craig, the Obamacare expert.
You know, what I didn't know is I was on a substandard plan for almost my entire adult life before I ever got married or had kids. Because I never had any prenatal care.
Oh, my God,
entire
you're a
life.
Victim.
I never had it until I was 45 years old. I was on one of those substandard plans being ripped off.
We have a victim here, people. We have a victim. Give him special rights.
You just didn't know, Jack.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't know I was on a substandard plan.
Craig, the Obamacare lawyer. Hey, Craig, thanks very much. Should we have a link to you? Do you have a website or contact info or anything?
Would you like people to write you at home or drop by your house? Is there anything?
Yeah, what's your home address?
I do maintain a blog on these matters that you guys a blog, right?
He's a blogger.
And where do you find that?
benefitrevolution.blogspot.com.
We'll have a link at armstrongandgettyradio.com so folks can find it and enjoy your fascinating musings.
Yeah. I don't mock all blogs. There are many great blogs. I mock the idea that just because you have a blog, it means something.
Right.
That's what I mock. That only means you own a computer. That's all that means.
Craig is a blogger of significance. All right, Craig, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right.